Brought to you by Fastpitch TV and sponsored by SoftballJunk.com. Here's another show from the 2014 Women's College World Series.
I'd like to welcome you all to the 2014 Women's College World Series. This is the first of today's press conferences with the head coaches. To introduce to you, to my right, the head coach of Louisiana Lafayette, Michael Latif. From the University of Kentucky, Rachel Lawson. From Alabama, Patrick Murphy. And from Oklahoma, Patty Gasso. Just a few things before we begin. Please raise your hand and wait for the microphone to get to you. When you get the microphone, please state your name and affiliation for the coaches. Thank you. And then we'll start with opening statements from my right to go down the line.
Ladies first.
See how we pawned that one off. First, I just want to thank you guys for all being here, and I want to congratulate all the 8 participants for being here. This is a special event. For Kentucky specifically, it's a big milestone for us because it's the first time we've been able to be on this great field and in this great venue. So we're very excited about that part of it, and I feel a sense of accomplishment for our school and for our university. They put a lot of time and a lot of resources and a lot of effort into women's athletics and softball in general. So I feel good that our student athletes could show that off at this great venue.
So we're skipping.
See how they pawn it off?
There's so many people to thank in advance for all of the hard work they put in, from Oklahoma All Sports Association, University of Oklahoma, all the workers here at the Hall of Fame. They really, really have a passion and a love for this sport, and you can see that by the work that they put in. And with work and passion brings a fan. So I'm really excited about the increased attendance that's been here. I want to congratulate, again, as Rachel said, all of the participants. It's interesting because there's some old flavor and some new flavor, and it's kind of exciting to see the diversity amongst throughout the country, all of the teams that are in. I'm very proud of this Oklahoma team this season. We've been through quite a bit, and we started slow and finished fast, and just extremely proud of their efforts. And the hard part, to me, is over, and the fun part begins. The hardest part is getting through a regional and super regional with so much at stake. And then once you're here, to me, it's like, let's go. And I think my team feels that way as well. So we're very excited to be back. It's an absolute honor and privilege, and just excited to get started and have a great time doing it.
Go ahead, Mike. All right. Since we've been here last in '08, this place has really transformed. The additions to the stadium and really how this venue and the sport has grown has really been phenomenal. And I think that just kind of tracks what's going on with softball across the country. I'm so proud that we get to showcase our sport in such a special venue. I think we've come such a long way in terms of equity for female athletes and opportunities for female athletes. We still got a ways to go, but it keeps getting better and better and better and better. Again, I'm so proud of my team. We've been a work in progress really all year. These kids have worked incredibly hard on the field, and they've done such a good job off of the field. In the classroom, we have our highest GPA that we've ever had. And they're fun kids to be around. And the older that you get and the longer that you're around, this generation, they renew you. And they renew you because you understand that they're willing to dream and then go out and chase those dreams. And it's just a great time for our sport, I think. It's a great time for really the opportunities that these kids have in order to showcase their abilities and their talents. Again, I know everybody up here at this table and respect them immensely, not only what they've done in terms of winning and success, but really how they do it, and do it with such class, and do it for the love of the sport, and always do it because we're trying to take more steps and leave it better than we got it. So I'm gonna have fun. You know, it's such a tough journey to get here, like we talked about before, and I agree. I think now that there's so much parity amongst this field, and I think a lot of these games are going to be decided by a pitch, by a call, by a play, and it's going to be fun to see what happens over the next week, and we're excited to be a part of it.
Well, all of us at Alabama want to say thanks to the Oklahoma City All Sports Association, the University of Oklahoma, the City of Oklahoma City, and ASA USA softball, because this never ever gets old for us. It's the 9th trip for Alabama. I can remember the first one when there was about 5 of you out there. The gentleman last night at the reception said, this is the most hospitable city in the country, and right before we had gotten to that incredible building for the reception, in the parking deck, I had a huge 15-passenger van, and I had no idea where we were going to park it. And we got out, and the gentleman said, just come in here, we won't tell anybody, you can, we won't charge you, you know, you're here for the World Series, it's no big deal. And it happened. And the people of Oklahoma City are awesome, and we can't wait to get to start playing.
Open up for questions.
Yeah, for Patrick and Patty, can you both talk about how similar the other team is to what you saw when you played in the final a couple of years ago, and how different the other team is that you're facing this time?
Well, she's got a different pitcher. That's the biggest. She's still got a heck of a good offense, great defense. Her coaching staff is intact. I mean, they're always going to win. They're going to have the crowd again. And, you know, we're a little bit different, but the biggest difference, I think, is Miss Ricketts is gone, and they have Kelsey Stevens.
I would say the one thing I know about Alabama is that they play to win, and it might be a slightly different cast of characters, but in the end, they know how to win, and that's through Patrick Murphy, and his staff and their tradition of softball. So we know when you look at us and our numbers, they look pretty similar, but when you put us on the field, it's 2 teams that have won a national championship, that understand what's at stake in the first game, and 2 teams that are going to get after it. So I'd say that they might look different, but they know how to do it. They know how to do it when they get here.
Looking for a softball bat? Do you want to save $30? SoftballJunk.com is offering an additional $30 discount on all regular price bats on the website. That's right, $30 discount. Just text the word Fastpitch to 555-888 and Gary will send you a discount code good for $30 off your next softball bat at softballjunk.com. FYI, that code's also good at the Arlington, Texas store. This show is a member of the Fastpitch TV network. See all of our shows and blogs at www.fastpitch.tv.